of our Lord. Wow, it is June 23rd. What? June 23rd. What happened to January 23rd?
That's way in the past.
What in the world? June 23rd. This
Yes.
seriously?
Yeah,
It's really June 23rd.
it is.
I must be just like walking through life not realizing what's going on around me. I can't believe it's June 23rd. I mean, I really can't. That's amazing. Oh, you're helping me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sitting down today.
Yes, all I can see was your head.
Well, all you can
Like
see
the
is my
top of
head.
your head.
Hi. Oh yeah, don't I look cute today?
Nice.
Hey, we match.
Yeah, we do. I don't know how we got the memo, but we got the memo.
I guess so. So how are you doing on June 23rd? I can't believe it's June 23rd.
It is so.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like what? Summer just started. Didn't we just have graduation?
Well, a couple, 3 weeks ago, maybe?
Like a month ago. 5 weeks ago.
No.
Yeah, it was 19th of June. Of May. Yeah. Do the math. Isn't that crazy? What in the world? School's been out for 5 weeks already? They should be back by now.
It's not far away. Literally was calculating that yesterday.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
You were literally, why were you calculating that?
Well, for other reasons.
Like? You care to share?
Figuring out when I can go on the kayaking trip. Because this weather has made it to where I can't go this weekend.
Yeah.
This has been crazy weather.
Okay.
And I thought of, well, I couldn't do it the next weekend because July 4th. So, no, that's going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Said that, and my daughter's like, but that's just a couple of days away from band camp. I'm going to be sunburned. My arms are going to be hurting. I'm like, great. So. Yeah.
Okay.
That.
So here we are. What's going on in the world today, Kim?
Too much to mention.
There's a lot actually going on in the world today. I do want to just kind of start the day out. You know, normally we bash Jackson, but I'm not going to today.
That'd probably be a good idea. Give them a little breather.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a little bit of a breather, but I will say this. One of our own here, Larry Nix.
Yes.
Larry Nix, who hosts Defining Moments and the Defining Moments podcast. We love Larry. Larry Nix, who is here, that does his show from here. His nephew, for those of you who do not know, his nephew is John James. He is the U.S. representative
candidate
in Michigan. And he is a candidate for governor. And he is running for the in the governor's race as the GOP, as a Republican. And he earned President Trump's endorsement yesterday.
Yes.
Congratulations. Trump said, it is my great honor to endorse America First Congressman John James, who's running to become the next governor of the beautiful state of Michigan. John James has my complete and total endorsement to be the next governor of Michigan. In all caps, he will not let you down. John James thanks Trump, calling him the greatest president of my lifetime in a social media post. Trump issued the endorsement message on Monday.
That's amazing.
Michigan State Senate Minority Leader Eric Nesbitt dropped out of the Michigan Republican gubernatorial primary and endorsed James. Nesbitt goes on to say this campaign has always been about the people of Michigan and standing with President Trump to defeat the Democrats in November. Today, I'm suspending my campaign and proudly joining President Trump in endorsing John James as Michigan's next governor, Nesbitt declared in a social media post.
Yes.
He went on to say a divided primary only helps Democrats. It's time to unite. I am asking every one of you who supported this campaign to stand with me behind John James. Roll up your sleeves and deliver a Republican victory in November. James responded to Nesbitt On a post on X, it said, when President Trump endorsed this campaign, Nesbitt did exactly what a true Michigan conservative, in all caps, should do. He united behind the president and our mission to save Michigan from the libs, and he goes on to say the rhinos destroying our republic.
And I must say this. That's how we should all be. I love the fact that Nesbitt, he dropped out when Trump endorsed the other candidate. That's how it should always be done. Some people can take a lesson from that playbook around here.
Others in the GOP are not sticking behind James. There are others that are bashing the pick and saying that Trump is wrong and that James hasn't won a statewide election because he can't, and yada, yada, yada.
Okay, wait a second. He hasn't won one because he can't. Where's the proof?
Well,
I'm sorry, but that sounds like...
He did run for state senate.
Okay.
And he did not win the Senate
That is not
race.
a reason not to vote for somebody. Actually bring some proof to the table. Right. You know, some actual proof. Just because he lost an election doesn't mean he shouldn't be voted in.
Perry Johnson, who's a nut job, who's
Wait,
also...
what state is this in?
Michigan.
Okay, Michigan is known for fraudulent elections too.
It very much is.
Oh,
and businessman Perry Johnson, who's a nut job, if you remember him running for president, he's now running for Republican governor. He's not going to win. He's just running on the Republican ticket. He says President Trump received bad advice yet again, according to Perry Johnson. John James is a 2-time statewide loser, and Michigan has already seen this movie before. Trump-backed statewide candidates like John James, Tudor Dixon, Matt DePerno, and Christina Caramo all came up short when it mattered most, Johnson asserted.
It's because y'all don't play the game.
Well, former Michigan Attorney General Mike Cox is also running, and he says, I like App POTUS. I've won Michigan twice by building a coalition of working Michiganders who are sick of being screwed by the elites. I'm proud to have voted for President Trump in each of the last 3 elections, to have donated thousands to support his campaigns, and to have been hired to represent him at his election integrity lawyer in Michigan. I look forward to being President Trump's favorite governor when I win.
Y'all are all looking out
for yourselves. In Frank's opinion, and apparently
all for me,
and apparently Kim's opinion as well.
Oh, I mean, I could seriously go on for days about that.
Yes.
Because again, no proof. What proof do you have that he would not be good? What proof do you have that Trump's giving bad advice? I mean, in my opinion, just because you say, okay, number one, he didn't win, so he shouldn't win, that's a stupid argument. And you're proving that you're a rhino. I don't give a crap. I know rhinos that, quote, voted for him, donated money, did all this kind of stuff, and they're still not going by the playbook. That's a rhino. I should write a book about how to identify a rhino.
Maybe you should write a book on how to identify rhinos.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Everybody who thinks that's a good idea.
So Trump is endorsing John James for governor of Michigan. We wish him the best. And just to remind people that is Larry Nick's nephew.
Yes. So congratulations, Larry. Congratulations,
Trump's
John
endorsement.
James.
That's right.
I'm going to be following that one.
You know, and Trump.
And plus, he does come from a good family.
He does. For those that may not know, John James owns a business in Michigan.
Okay.
He signs payroll checks.
Okay. Good job. That's a very good job.
He signs payroll checks. He actually creates jobs.
Yes.
And doesn't take money from the public dole. And secondly, being that he is in the military, or was, he's flew an Apache helicopter in the U.S. Army. That's a frontline warfighter.
Yeah. So tell me again how he's not a good pick.
I know, right? You're talking about a frontline warfighter, somebody that was on the front lines of battle,
fought for this country,
flying an Apache helicopter.
Yes.
You know, That takes some stones.
That does. That does. I mean, that right there.
Now, truth be told, an Apache is one bad, blankety blank helicopter, and it will kill you graveyard dead quick. I mean,
yes, and we need good people.
But he flew that.
We need good people piloting
that's pretty
those.
cool.
So that's great. I can't wait. I'm going to dig into this. I'm gonna help you out there, Mr. James. So
yes,
yeah.
Yes. Anyway, just thought we would share that this morning in our not bashing Jackson segment.
Yes, some good news. Some good news.
Well, I mean, does Jackson even really exist this way? I haven't been over there. I mean,
I do, and I will
seen
say
like
though,
some smoke clouds or something coming up from over there.
Yes.
It kind of looked like that direction. When I look over that way, it's like Escape from New York, where you see like fires and stuff burning over there all the time.
Yes.
And you see like fires and stuff. I mean, like I hear a bunch of screaming coming out of that area. I'm just kidding.
But I must admit, I do think that the new mayor is trying, and we said this.
Yeah, we have.
That it's going to take some time.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to take some time, and I mean, I may not agree with everything, but I do think he does at least have Jackson, front and center when he does things. Sometimes they may work out, sometimes they may not. But I'm going to give him, some space. It hadn't even been a year yet. So.
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't. So we're going to give him some time.
It hasn't. It's coming up on. It's coming up on one.
Yeah, but I'm going to reserve my full.
It's June 23rd, Kim. I mean, like, seriously? Didn't Horn just win election like yesterday? I mean, it's June 23rd.
Basically.
I mean, my goodness. It's June 23rd. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I'll tell you something else that's absolutely nuts. SpaceX.
How are they nuts?
SpaceX went public last week.
Oh, okay.
SpaceX is now a publicly traded company last week. It was the largest offering ever in the history of the world. SpaceX.
Great.
Elon Musk. Now, just briefly, there's a lot of haters out there that are going to hate, right?
Always.
But SpaceX, SPCX, you can watch it on the NASDAQ if you would like to follow it. It came out at $135 per share. It's doubled.
It wouldn't be anything in my realm.
It's doubled.
Just say that.
But where I'm going with this is SpaceX was all but dead in 2008. Elon had put all of his money into Tesla and SpaceX. Now, here's the brief little story for those of you who do not know. Elon Musk started PayPal back in the day.
I did not know that.
Elon Musk created PayPal.
Okay, I may have some things to say to him.
He sold PayPal.
Okay.
And netted $188 million.
Okay.
Now, with $188 million, he could have ridden off into the California sunset at a very young age and lived a good life. But he didn't. He took all of his money and he started Tesla. And people thought he was crazy. And he has no home, no residence. He lived on the factory floor, literally slept under a desk and worked beside people on the line. The second thing he did is once he got Tesla going, he started SpaceX. And he put all of his money in SpaceX, every penny, to the point that he had to go borrow money. Seriously, he had to borrow $1 million just to make payroll. SpaceX today is the highest valued company on the planet.
Well, good. That's good for him. That's like
SpaceX and Tesla, and now Starlink.
Yeah.
Starlink, which is the future of the internet. And I'm just saying, is that not the American dream, Kim?
I mean, it's great. I think it's awesome.
And where I was going with that is you've got a bunch of libtards running around saying that Elon didn't build that and he needs to be taxed and we need to take all this money away from him and all of this yada, yada, yada stuff, and California this and California that, and we need taxes, and Bernie Sanders, eat the rich, and Mondami in New York, and we need to take all their money. They put a post out that if we took all of Elon's money, every single American in the country would get $7,500. Now think about what these commies are talking about.
I don't want to take somebody else's money.
That's ridiculous.
I don't want to take somebody else's money.
I mean,
seriously.
But I just wanted to plant that seed.
I just wanted to
plant that seed while we're going to break.
I didn't put that effort
in.
Think
about that.
See, I hate to
be back soon.
Right now.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here, you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl to enjoy a Mississippi Braves baseball game or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
I'm Larry Nix, host of Defining Moments, and I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Defining Moments with Larry Nix, the podcast, exclusively on IgniteMS.tv, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and Pandora with real stories, real people, and real purpose. So join us each week as we deep dive into the life-changing moments that shape who we are and where we're headed. From faith to family, challenges to triumph, every story has power. We're touching the lives of people with the spirit of hope for life. That's Defining Moments with Larry Nix, the podcast. You can continue to listen to us on 104.3. Also follow us for updates, previews, and more news on our Facebook page at IgniteMS.tv.
Welcome back into the
Frank
and Kim. Really big, huge, gigantic, massive Tuesday morning,
Glamtastic.
June 23rd, 6:49:30.
You forgot Glamtastic.
You said it. Show. Anywho, we're talking about SpaceX, Kim. You wanted to say something?
Yeah. So to all the crazy libtards that say that, number one, that he didn't build it. I mean, it really takes a very minimal amount of research to find that out. Since you're saying it,
Yeah. Well, they'll say anything.
But my thing is, you weren't there on the ground floor. You weren't there making the decisions. You weren't there almost about to lose your company. You weren't there. He did that, not you. And because he did, he's reaping the rewards. Good. I'm glad. I want all the people that put in hard work like that, I want them to be successful. And number two, I never want to touch a dime of their money.
No.
Taxes maybe to go for things that need money for. But I don't want to touch no, they don't need to take his money so they can split it up.
They're literally like seriously. I mean, like they are literally saying
do something. Look,
stuff. So you know what
productive.
Elon
do
Musk
something productive.
Do you know what Elon Musk did? Like literally like a week ago. He said, "I am moving SpaceX corporate headquarters officially out of California.
Good.
And it is now at Starbase, Texas.
Good. Good.
That is their official headquarters.
I must say, though, Mississippi's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so for people who do not realize this, Elon Musk went to South Texas, down there off the coast, down Galveston down there, okay, where it was like some swampy land. I mean, like literally. It's marshy type stuff.
Right.
Down there. And he went in and has spent hundreds of millions of dollars, and they have built a town, like literally. They built a town called Starbase, Texas. It has a zip code and everything. I mean, they have built a town out of nothing. I mean, the same principle happened with Walt Disney back in the 60s when he went to Florida and bought a bunch of marshland and put Disney World on top of it. I mean, seriously, that's what Musk did. So he goes to Texas, he picks up some cheap dirt that really is basically under marshy water, and they excavate all that and bring in all this dirt from all over the place, and they actually put concrete on the ground and built houses and stores and places for people to live that were working at SpaceX. And now he's moving the corporate headquarters there and getting out of California and telling them to go pound sand. He's done it now. They still launch rockets and stuff from California, but he's moving all the corporate people out of there. They're leaving because of all this. I mean, they're talking about, they're talking about like they wanted these communist and Marxist people that are socialists, that openly declare themselves socialists, are talking about taking his money for what? I mean, these people have lost their minds.
And you know for a fact that any one of those people, if they built a company like he did,
they don't know how.
If they did.
But they don't know how.
But if they did.
Yeah.
Then they would be singing a different tune.
Of course.
Because when you experience that, I have not. I can just imagine. I just know that if I worked that hard on my company and people were coming after me like that, I mean, it is crazy ridiculous. And just this is number one, this is not what America is all about. America is about pulling yourself up and doing for yourself and society. And that's what he's doing. So leave him alone.
Well, yes. I mean, his mission is to make humanity interplanetary.
Yeah, some of his stuff I don't agree with.
He's wanting to do that to keep humanity from going extinct.
Yes.
He is trying to spread out the risk. That's basically what he's saying. He's like, if we can mitigate the risk by making it where we can live on other planets and colonize other areas that right now are not livable, if we can do that, then we survive basically Armageddon, is what Musk is saying. If we can become star people, where we travel across the stars. Now, look, I want to say this. I grew up Gen Xer, watching Star Trek when I was little, watched, the black and white War of the Worlds. And, you think about all these science fiction shows that go way back. I mean, the science fiction shows go back to early days of TV. I mean, they really do. Science fiction does. And if the more you look at it today, what was science fiction then? A lot of that has become science fact. Now, why is that? Because people like me that were watching these shows that are all over the globe, that were watching things like this, that were reading, books about traveling to other planets and, things of that nature, it sets our imagination moving. And so creative minds like someone like Elon, he's taken that and it's really affected him. And he's like, I want to do this. And people like that, he goes and gets people like him that grew up like that say, I think I can do that. I can make that happen. I know how to create that next thing that we watched on Dick Tracy where you're talking on your watch. Do you not do that today?
I know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And so what was science fiction has now become science fact. And it is because of people like Elon. Now, am I saying that we're going to jump into the USS Enterprise that's orbiting the globe right now and fly off to meet the Klingons later this afternoon? No, I'm not. But is that something that's theoretically possible, even so much as 100 years from now? Yeah, it is. It truly is possible. People are scared of technology, and they're scared that, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to come back from the future and, kill you because he's a Terminator. Look, are those futures possible? I guess, maybe, but is it not that we don't have control of that? In Frank's opinion, I think we do. I do believe that we can control that, because if you think about what we're doing today, you have people that are in their late 80s that used to love to drive themselves to go to the store and go get stuff, if they needed. You have senior citizens now who are now not necessarily waiting on a loved one or family member or friend to come pick them up to take them somewhere. They can go outside, get in their Tesla, and tell their Tesla that they need to go to Kroger. And it will take them. Elon, you have people that are devastated with floods, wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, things of that nature, and communication is non-existent, and you can't get food and medicine and things in because you don't know where to go. But now we have something that you can just pop out of a backpack and have instant video telecommunication for telemedicine and location services and first responders. It's called Starlink. Elon, you have people who are paralyzed, literally laying as vegetables in beds, who used to be vibrant people that have been afflicted by either disease, accidents, things that have happened to them, and have had chips implanted in their spine and in their skulls from Neuralink that have allowed them to literally communicate using their mind to a computer and talk in their voice that they had before they ended up in the vegetable state that they're in, and actually be able to interact with people. Did you know that? Elon. It's called Neuralink. Superman, back in the day, the very first one, had a horse accident which broke his back, which put him in a wheelchair, and he was working on this even then. Yeah. Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
He said it was possible. Elon has taken that and has made it reality. And you've got these morons running around talking about how he's this and he's that, like Ro Khanna, who comes up and says Elon needs to answer for the 4.5 million kids dying because of Doge cuts.
What?
Yeah. Ro Khanna. Elon comes out and says, time to sue this liar. The reality is that money was being sent to corrupt politicians under the guise of aid. Liars and stock insider traders like Ro the robber should be in prison.
That's why he had people. They didn't just go around and cut things for no reason.
I swear, these libtards.
They cut things that were not helping.
These libtards, these left-wing radical nut jobs.
Oh my gosh.
That are.
And the people that believe them.
I know, right? So if you like where this conversation's going, don't run off.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, because we will be right back.
Social Security is with you through life's journey from birth to retirement. As your life changes year to year, so do your needs. For over 80 years, Social Security has helped to meet your needs and is committed to improving access to the services that make a difference in your life. Today, you can verify your earnings, estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, manage your benefits, and even change your address, all from the comfort of your home. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
You eagerly waited and anticipated the arrival of today, as you've wanted so much to hear from the
Frank
and Kim. Really big, huge, gigantic show.
Jumbo size,
You are there.
size.
We are here.
Fantastic.
Tuesday, June 23rd. It is 7:02:45. If you're in the sound of my voice, then your alarm clock may be going off. You may be just getting up. You may be drinking your coffee. You may be in the car. I don't know what you're doing, but at least you're listening, and I appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
At least you are listening. It is Tuesday morning. We are short on shows this morning. I mean, on this week, because Daryl is off on vacay.
Mm-hmm.
And so his show is not on the air this week, but early this week, but he will be on the air. Let's plug this.
Oh, yeah.
He will be with you.
Yes.
Friday.
It will be a Daryl and Kim morning on Friday.
Yes. And it'll
live
be from Dunkin' Donuts.
From Dunkin' Donuts.
Riverwind in Pearl. Won't that be fun?
Yes. That'll be fun. Another early morning. I'm looking forward
It'll be another early morning, but yes, it will be from Dunkin' Donuts. Daryl and Kim will be there. There's promotions going on all week. So stop by the nice, friendly folks at Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Pearl. Joe Sherman, who owns that fine establishment, is a really nice man, and it's a really nice place. Go see Willie and the gang and get some really good Dunkin' coffee and grab something to eat and head on into work. Go to work.
Stop by and say, hey.
It's time to work. All right. So Ro Khanna, if we all know who Ro Khanna's an idiot, but anyway, Elon is
I don't even know who that is.
He's a representative in Congress. All right. So,
okay.
Anyway,
one of many.
So he's talking about being that Doge, all Doge did was require contact with aid recipients to confirm that funds were being used legitimately. Anything less than this is insane. Multiple people from USAID have been charged by the Justice Department for stealing money. Moreover, they pled guilty for stealing said money. And Ro Khanna comes out and says that Elon has murdered, killed, whatever. Ro Khanna said Elon needs to answer for the 4.5 million kids killed, dying because of Doge cuts. That's
so ridiculous.
I mean, how do you come out and say that? All right. So furthermore, Mike Benz goes on to say, riddle me this, Batman, Ro Khanna. If closing USAID could cause so many child deaths in Africa, why would the African Union's top diplomat in D.C. celebrate USAID shutdown? Does she like dead babies too? Is she ignorant? How else do you explain her arriving at the same conclusion as Doge? So literally, the diplomat from Africa's Union, the top diplomat from Africa's Union, was interviewed on TV talking about USAID's cuts and shutdowns going in, and she literally says that the African leaders are praising the fact that Donald Trump shut down USAID because they were doing nothing but going in and sowing ill will, hate, and discontent and destabilizing governments. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, that's not aid. That's
not
feeding
aid. She
children.
said no aid was going to children.
That's no help to children or impoverished families.
No, it's not. It's not. You're right.
And I mean, you can just imagine, like, if you had a big country like America coming in to do that, you know,
right.
I would feel the same way. I would feel the same way.
So as several of the comments were going, which have been published in Congress, USAID was used to fund Boko Haram and ISWAP in Nigeria during Obama's administration. And those people are still causing chaos and destabilization in most parts of West Africa. USAID was funding that.
Yeah, tell me how that was helping kids.
And
seriously,
he's going to ask Elon to explain the death of 4.5 million kids. Really? And as Elon said, it's time to sue this liar.
I think instead they should probably look at someone like Bill Gates and ask why. Ask him the same question. Like, seriously, look into it. He kills way more.
I know, right?
Seriously.
Anyway.
I mean, wait. In right now, there's bioengineered mosquitoes that are being released. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Under Bill Gates.
I did know that there were some mosquitoes. I also know that there's some bioengineered flies that have been released.
Yes.
By the U.S. government.
Yes.
On purpose.
Yes, but look a little further into all of that.
But I did on the flies. It's for the screwworm. What about the mosquitoes?
Well, the mosquitoes have been released, and I have to look it up because I don't have it right here with me, but there are some official documentation that have Bill Gates' fingerprints all over it. That's bioengineered mosquitoes that supposedly have, vaccines in them. I'm not sure what vaccines, but I know that basically when the mosquitoes sting you or whatever, bite you, that it's got the vaccine in it. So I'm telling you, if I want to be vaccinated, I will go to my doctor. And I've said this at least since 2020. I will go to my doctor and get a vaccination. If I don't, I'm not going to. And that's that. These different ways. I mean, I know at one point they were trying to inject them into like freaking meat and crap like that. So,
well, since we are talking about that, the U.S. government under the Trump administration too, they have expanded this program. The screwworm coming up out of Mexico, that is just devastating the cattle industry. Okay, because the screwworm comes from flies, infected flies that bite the cattle, and then they lay the eggs in the cattle, and then the screwworm ends up just eating the cow from the inside out. That kind of sounds disgusting, but that is what happens. Yeah. I know, right? It's gross. So the way to combat the screwworm is with a different fly that goes in and actually kills and eats the screwworm eggs. Is that not crazy? I mean, that's insane, but that's what they do. So they are growing these flies by the hundreds of gazillions in these factories, these plants down there in southern Texas and actually in Mexico. It's a joint operation, and they're bioengineered, and they are releasing them, and they're doing that to kill this screwworm threat. Now, yes, you could say you're a monkey and you're playing God. You're all that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how Frank thinks about that. I don't agree with the mosquito stuff, and engineering mosquito. I don't agree with any of that harms it harms humanity. But I do agree with using our brain that God gave me to be able to think through a problem and create things that is good for humanity. And how do you know that? Because when you see the things that it's doing and it's improving quality of life, not collecting power or harming others for your benefit, but when it's producing for humanity and making humanity better, I'm for that. I am not for putting crickets and grasshoppers together and mincing them up and calling it a beef burger, because it's not. If you want to call it the Incredible Burger from Burger King, then fine, so be it. It's a vegan burger. But just understand, when you go get one, you're eating grasshopper. And if that's what you want, then so be it. You can do that, because in survivalist training in the military, they will teach you how to go find grubs and worms and things that you can eat, like grasshoppers. Because when you're starving and you're about to die, you will do that.
Yes.
But we are not third world country. We are not a second world country. We are a first world country. I don't need to go eat grasshoppers. I don't need to feed grasshoppers to grandma. That's not necessary. If you choose to eat grasshoppers, then go be fine. But I want to touch on this because this week in Pearl, for everybody who is listening, if you will watch that, that's coming out. The newest episode releases tomorrow. And I interviewed Vince Mangold this week for This Week in Pearl. And Vince is representative in the House representative out of Brookhaven, Lincoln County, District 53. And Vince Mangold he's the vice chair of the Agricultural Committee in the State House. He is the one that wrote and passed and had this governor sign the Truth in Labeling Act in Mississippi that just went into effect this month. It goes into effect the first of the month of July. That talks about how all of the labels on all the food products, if it has cricket in it or grasshopper, it has to say.
I like that.
So when you go to the grocery store and you read the labels on food in Mississippi, if it's a vegan burger that's passing itself off as a beef burger, not anymore. It's going to have a label that says it's made of cricket and soybean, so that you know what you're buying. If it comes from Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, someplace like that, like all this cheap shrimp and fish do, it has to say. And I want to say this. It's a great episode. You really need it, because we talk about how, yes, the FDA inspects that, it comes in. But when you think about the fish that's grown in Taiwan and Vietnam, those places, you don't know what they're feeding those fish.
You don't.
You have no idea what chemicals are in the water. You have no idea. You do not know what's actually inside that fish or shrimp that you're eating.
And their
I can tell you,
standards are nothing like the
no,
US.
Nothing. Just because they don't have any bacteria in them, they get to come through customs is the only reason why they get here in the first place. But labor costs so much less. You don't know you don't know what they're feeding them. You have no idea. But if you buy a product that has an American flag on it, you know you're getting top-notch, top-rated, best ever, and you should feel damn proud that you get to eat food that you know is safe and secure. But yet we got idiots running around like AOC, Mandami, and some of these other nut jobs, Bernie Sanders, who want to eat the rich and all this stuff, and they're more worried about consolidating power than they are about the American people, which you talk about mosquitoes and Bill Gates and his engineering. Do you know Bill Gates is buying farmland just to let it sit there?
Yeah. And a lot of his reasoning is,
just to let it sit there.
The world has too many people.
Bill Gates is stupid. I mean, really, he needs to stay out of that. He just does. I mean, I'm not with him on that. His Windows product, he didn't build that type theory. Yeah, he did. He started it, but then he hired a bunch of smart people who took it further. So give him kudos for doing the right thing and doing that and building a big company. But still, he needs to stay out of my food supply. and quit worrying about the farmland. And
I
then,
want to know, is he a medical doctor?
no, he's not.
Thank you.
He didn't even finish college, which is
So
fine.
he should
I don't
not
care.
be giving any type of medical advice.
No.
He should not be injecting any,
No.
especially child from a different country with,
Bill,
vaccine.
No.
Yeah.
No. And in this mess.
And really, he should be prosecuted for all of that.
So you look at somebody like we spent this time on Elon Musk and SpaceX and all the things that they're doing. He has a boring company. Do you know that?
No.
Elon has a boring company. They bore tunnels underground. They just opened one in Las Vegas. And guess what? It connects the airport to the hotels. And you know what travels on it? Teslas. And there's 2 tubes. They dig in both directions. And so the Teslas drive in there because, number one, they emit no carbon monoxide. They're battery powered. And you jump in a Tesla and it takes you to your hotel underground. Takes literally just minutes to move from the airport to the hotel. And it just drives itself back to the airport. And they just, yes, Elon. I mean, it's just nuts. But people need to understand, he's not out bioengineering anything. He's out building stuff to make your life better. I mean, like, seriously. And then you have people like Ro Khanna who come out and say he needs to answer for the $4.5 million. And then you've got people like the ambassador to the United States from African nations saying, thank you, Trump, for getting rid of USAID. It did nothing but destabilize our countries. That's exactly what she said. Verbatim. Look it up. Because she said it. Kim, what say you?
Well, I completely agree. I mean, USAID is a start. I am kind of a little upset that, a lot of these Doge cuts didn't get put back in because, I mean, the initial reason why we started that, the initial reason was to lower the debt, the national debt. And so that we wouldn't have to pay such high taxes and get rid of these things that we are funneling just umpteen billion dollars towards programs that were either not doing anything at all, but just funneling money to people, or saying that they were doing one thing and they were doing another. And I mean, they found that left and right in so many departments. And for some reason, we have not codified these.
Well, we'll get to that.
I hope so, because that's one of my biggest issues. Because, you got the Iran stuff going on. We've got stuff outside the globe that's going on, positive, negative, I don't care. But we do have stuff here in America that Americans are dealing with on a daily basis. And if we could do things that would like lower the national debt and not keep this on our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and further back, as time goes on, it's getting worse. That's the stuff that we need to focus on too. Now, we can do 2 things at once, but we also need to focus on that.
Agreed.
Yes.
Hey, y'all don't run off. Y'all hang tight, because when we come back, we're going to talk about Barack Obama who killed algae. Algae doesn't exist anymore because Obama took it out.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah.
In detail.
Okay.
And you get to hear about what Frank thinks about it.
And Kim.
Who?
Stop it.
I'm just messing with you. Anyway, y'all hang tight. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
I'm Larry Nix, host of Defining Moments, and I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Defining Moments with Larry Nix, the podcast, exclusively on IgniteMS.tv, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and Pandora with real stories, real people, and real purpose. So join us each week as we deep dive into the life-changing moments that shape who we are and where we're headed. From faith to family, challenges to triumph, every story has power. We're touching the lives of people with the spirit of hope for life. That's Defining Moments with Larry Nix, the podcast. You can continue to listen to us on 104.3. Also follow us for updates, previews, and more news on our Facebook page at IgniteMS.tv.
Welcome back into the
Frank
and Kim.
really big,
gigantic, massive
humongous,
Tuesday morning.
jumbo size.
It is
enormous.
It is the really big show. Gigantic. The world as we know it. Welcome into Tuesday, June 23rd. If I hadn't said that, it is 7:23 in the morning. If you haven't gotten up yet, or if you haven't really gotten yourself motivated to go to work because it is Tuesday morning, just to remind you that is what pays the bills and puts the food on the table. So you need to get your butt out of bed, or get clothes on, whatever you need to do. Just splash some water on your face and throw a t-shirt on and get your butt up and get to work. Make this country, make America great again. Rah, hoorah, go team. All right, so. What?
Take a day. I'm just saying.
No, we're not taking a day.
Take a day.
We're moving on. We're getting it done. All right. So Scott Jennings, as I promised, Scott Jennings. I love Scott Jennings on CNN. He really just stands up. He stands up to these idiots that they put forth over there, on TV at CNN, because CNN is just trash. They're awful. They really are. They're trash. And these leftist nut job, left wing outlets, news outlets, every last one of them need to have their licenses removed. They need to be shut down. They need to be sued into oblivion because they are so anti-America. It's not even funny. And if you just crawl out from underneath your stone for a second that you're living under and pay attention to what Europeans and Asians and people that are coming to America for the World Cup, watch what they are posting. They're posting these videos about how their media in their country lies to them and tells them how bad America is. And when they get over here, they're like, oh, look, oh my God, hey, check this out. This is awesome. This is great. People are so nice.
Mm-hmm.
You can't believe any of the propagandists. Who brought the World Cup here, Kim? Who was the person responsible for making that happen?
Trump.
Donald John Trump.
Mm-hmm.
In his first term as president, secured the World Cup to come here. He announced it back then because, they schedule the World Cup years out, right?
I guess.
Just like they do it's just like they do the Olympics, Who got the Olympics to come to LA? Donald John Trump.
Okay.
So I want you to think about this for just a minute. This year is America 250. It is our 250th anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
The World Cup is here. That
Mm-hmm.
means that every nation, practically every nation on the planet, is coming to America to see soccer played, or in their case, football. But they're watching that in our country. And these people are posting on Instagram, Twitter, or X, Facebook, all these places, how wonderful America is, how cool the Buc-ee's is. I mean, things you take for granted every day. One person was at a massive, I forget what the station was, and they were talking about how it had like 30 gas pumps. 30. They were amazed that there were 30 pumps for gas. And the one person was talking about how he was driving his Jeep Wagoneer, his rental in America, and how this is awesome. He's like, these cars are so big. I love driving in America. This is wonderful. Look at this screen in this car. I mean, they're just going on and on and on. And then they were talking about the food and how amazing all of that is.
Well, okay. And you make fun of me for this.
I'm not gonna.
But I have, a little confession. I like watching crazy, weird drama reality shows. Okay. I'm just letting that out there. But one of the shows that I do watch is 90 Day Fiance. And to this point, you see the way other countries live, and even countries that aren't necessarily third world. And you're looking, and I mean, like, there's so many times where I'm like, man, I couldn't do that. Small cars, traffic laws are atrocious. I'd get scared that I would be in a wreck like every single day, and just a lot of just their laws in general that obviously like suppress your free will, and I'm sitting there like, no wonder these people want to come over here. And some of them I think are legitimate. Some of them I think they really just want to come over here. But I see the draw. You see where they're coming from. And it's not just third world countries. Like, I mean, someone from France, and I'm not trying to dog on anybody, but I mean, even in France, where like certain things were just not allowed, and all that kind of stuff. And it was just like, I'm glad I live in America. And they come over here and it's like, oh my gosh, you can do this. Oh my gosh, you can do that. Blah, blah,
you
blah.
see the video of the European guy. I think he's from one of them Stan countries. I think he's from like Slovenia or someplace. Croatia. It's one of those countries. They're not from Britain or London or France or Spain. They're from like Croatia or something. And he's literally in a Walmart. They're in a Walmart. They're like, we're going in a Walmart. Y'all have to see this. They walk in a Walmart, and he's got his arm out, and he's holding a tube of beef. And he's like, look how massive this is. They don't have that over there.
No.
They don't have that. They were showing like buying gallons of orange juice. They don't have that over there.
Right.
People that travel over there all the time know what I'm talking about. Libtards like to put out there this propaganda and BS about how bad everything is in America. They come over here and realize how much abundance we have in America. And they're like, America is great. And then they go back to their country and go, we suck. America is great. Do something different. I want you. I'm going to get to the algae thing real quick. I'm going to talk about that because it's going to lead me into the next thing. So Scott Jennings on CNN, he's being interviewed, of course, on Caitlin, what's her name show. She's an idiot, a moron. Anyway, he goes, Scott Jennings says, you believe algae did not exist when Barack Obama was president. Is that right? So what they're talking about is CNN has just gone endlessly on and on and on about the reflecting pool and how nasty and trashy it is. And Scott Jennings like, you believe that algae didn't exist when Barack Obama was president? Is that right? For 1.6 billion years, algae has existed in stagnant pools on planet Earth, but not during the Obama administration. That didn't happen. And the libetard gist of there, what I'm saying is that it was treated, which is what Donald Trump could have done while Americans fight to put food on the table. Jennings goes on to say, I learned something tonight. I didn't realize that President Obama had cured algae. Went for 1.6 billion years. Algae had been undefeated. So I've learned something this evening. I mean, come on, really? He goes on to say, you're never going to defeat all the algae. The pool did not need a renovation. And when they put these nano bubblers in, I mean, the pool did need a renovation. And when you put these nano bubblers in, I think it's going to help cure the algae. Trump said it's almost clean. I'm saying this because these people are going on breathlessly about how Donald Trump spent $16 million to fix the reflecting pool and put a blue liner on the bottom.
Yeah, which they're destroying.
Which they're tearing up, putting chemicals and stuff in there. Guess what? That's 10 years in prison. 10.
It is.
Good.
And these
arrest them and put them in prison.
These environmentalists are tearing stuff up that's going to keep the water clean.
Yeah, right. They're putting in.
You don't practice what you preach. You
the
just
water
want your
comes from the
narrative
Potomac,
pushed.
by the way. They pump the water in from the Potomac River, which the libs have been dumping a bunch of sewage in, if you remember that. You remember that? Yeah, the Potomac River, but they've been dumping a bunch of sewage in. I swear, these people are just off the chart, which is why they shouldn't even have a voice on the airwaves. They just shouldn't. Now, they can talk about whatever they want, but so can I, and I can call you an idiot and a moron and stupid to your face, and I will be glad to do it happily. Kristen Collin, Caitlin, whatever her name is, Caitlin Collin, that's who it is. Remember, she's the one that Trump said you're fake news, to her face. He says that to all of them. Point being here is Donald Trump brought the World Cup here. They're all upset about the reflecting pool of all things. Joe Biden wanted to spend $300 million on renovating it. $300 million. Trump spent $16 million and signed a baseball cap for all the workers in the Oval Office, and they were proud to do it from Oklahoma, which, by the way, is an SEC team which just won the College World Series last night. SEC, baby, again. We rule football, baseball, basketball, academics. Shall I continue? Anyway, I'm just saying. So he brings the World Cup here. All these Europeans and everybody coming from all over the globe are coming here. They're seeing all of this stuff. They're all excited about all of it. And I want you to look at the big picture. I want you to think about the big picture. Donald Trump has literally done an Elon. He has literally come in, and in 2 years, he has taken literally and ripped up the entire Democratic Party, exposed them for who they are behind the curtain of Oz as a bunch of socialist Democrat. They are so leaderless and rudderless like right now. I mean, even John Fetterman, who doesn't vote with us most of the time, like 90% of the time, he's still a Democrat. Don't get me wrong. But even John Fetterman is calling these people out and saying that they're too far to the left. You have people who have been Democrats for years who are calling these people out, saying they're too far to the left, that they've gone
because
way too far.
Traditional Democrats
the
the
Clinton Democrats
don't really have a home anymore.
Mm-mm.
Where do you go?
Mm-mm.
You literally taking it so far to the left.
I know, right?
That you can't get on board with anything that they have.
You can't get on board. And so what I'm trying to say is that Trump brought all this here. He's got all these people coming in there seeing for themselves. Eyes are being opened. Curtains are being pulled back. People are being exposed. Doge started all of that. USAID, all of these things together have created this. And you think about what you know today about our government that you didn't know just 10 years ago.
A lot.
Are you not awakened to realize, wait a minute, there's so much going on in my government that I did not realize was going on, that I have not been told that was going on, and what's been exposed now. And for the love of everything that's holy. You've got Democrats running around saying that we lost in Iran and that it was a devastating issue, and people, that we didn't do good. Iran's more powerful. Seriously?
What?
Yes.
Well, hey, let me ask. Where's their Navy right now?
At the bottom of the Persian Gulf.
Exactly. Air Force?
Obliterated.
Yes. Okay. So
people aren't getting paid. The Army's not getting paid. People aren't making money. Inflation's over 250% in Iran right now. Right now.
Yeah. So tell me how powerful they are.
Exactly. How powerful are they? They're not.
They're not.
I can't believe these morons would say this. And here again, the endless, breathless news. And I'll go back to Scott Jennings because he says right here, he's talking to Democrat Representative Max Rose, who looks like an idiot, who claimed that Donald Trump started the war with Iran. Jennings says, you said Donald Trump started this. You seem to have some amnesia about the fact that Iran has been at war with the United States for 47 years.
I mean, he's the one talking about death to America.
I was 10 years old, going on 11, when the Iranians stormed the embassy and took Americans hostage under Jimmy Carter. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember seeing and witnessing that on TV when they stormed the U.S. Embassy and killed a bunch of people.
I mean,
and they've done nothing but kill people since then, especially Americans, you idiot.
Well, I mean, these people tend to forget. I mean, the terrorist
moves
that happened since that.
Yeah. I'm 57.
They were mostly behind all of them. I mean, look into all of the terrorist attacks by, Al Qaeda and ISIS.
You're right.
Where did they come from?
Yeah.
Where did they originate from?
Iran.
Why do you think that he is so hyper focused on all of this?
And because Jennings says it like this. You said Donald Trump started this. You seem to have some amnesia about the fact that Iran has been at war for the United States 47 years. And as the president said, he's finally the one that's dealing with it. They've killed thousands of Americans. They funded terror proxies that have destabilized the region. They've been after us chanting death to America for 50 years. And you think that we just decided to pick a fight with Iran for no reason? This was long overdue. And if at the end of it, they don't have nuclear weapons, at the end of it, we do have a stable Middle East. And at the end of it, we do have a situation where they're not funding terror proxies, terrorizing our friends and allies over there, or destroying Israel. That'll be a good thing. These people just breathlessly like this. I hear Hakeem Jeffries on TV talking about the endless wars, and we went into Iran, and we should how we're losing that, and we're all the money we're spending, and how are these people serious? Do they really hear themselves, Kim?
Yeah, I mean, I think they do. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a way to pull wool over the American eyes because they know what's going on. They're actually privy to a lot of conversations we are not. So how come we know what's going on and they do not? Because it's obvious. And like you said, because this started so long ago. And like Donald Trump said, he's the only one that's really gone in and tried to fix it. That's for fact. That's for fact. So him saying things like this, really, people on the left, you should be listening and wondering why they're pushing you against, fixing the situation. I mean, really, it's so obvious, but some people really don't want to be awakened. They want to be asleep. They want to have their head in the sand. It's just it's a sad reality.
Yeah, it is. It's a sad reality. It is.
It is.
Wow. Where has the time gone? It is 7:40. It is 7:40 in the morning. I hope y'all are getting ready to go to work these days.
We're about to. We've got another segment coming up first.
But hang tight. When we come back on the backside of this break, will be the final segment of the day. I know the show you've been waiting to hear all week. Had to worry about it through the weekend. Am I going to get to hear Frank and Kim on Tuesday? So concerned. We're here. Be right back.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
I'm Officer Kyle Carmerdale.
And I'm Officer Alfred Jenkins, School Resource Officer with the Pearl Police Department. And our job is to protect students.
Here in Pearl, we have zero tolerance for drivers that break school bus laws. There are 4 things to know. Stop at least 10 feet from the bus when it is loading or unloading. Don't move until kids have crossed the street to or from the bus. The flashing red lights are no longer activated. The stop sign on the side of the bus is retracted.
When we catch you, you get a ticket up to $750, up to a year in jail, or both.
Please pay attention so every student can get to school and home safely.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back into the
Frank
and Kim.
Really big, gigantic, humongous, enormous, glamtastic
Kim,
show.
I have to read this. I have to read this. Can I read this? Do I have your permission?
Yes.
I will make it quick. Okay. This sums it up. This is great. Don't you think this is great? I love this. This is Glenn Reeb. Glenn Reeb. I watched a lot of his stuff. He's pretty cool on X. He's writing this about what we're talking about today, right? This is wonderful. So just bear with me. He writes this to the libtards, okay? Dear American progressive elite. I love this. This is great. All right, so y'all stay with me here. This is a little long, but it's great. It's going to be hilarious. What a transcendent masterpiece of irony it has been watching our so-refined European overlords this fascist wasteland for the 2026 World Cup, like Victorian explorers discovering a lost tribe that somehow invented air conditioning and unlimited ranch dressing. They're losing their entire minds. A French influencer had a full spiritual awakening in a Buc-ee's over a wall of in a Buc-ee's bathroom the size of Versailles, live streaming herself sobbing over a wall of beef jerky varieties longer than the Champs-Elysees. Mon Dieu, they have 47 flavors of jerky and a beaver mascot, she grasped, immediately renouncing her 35-hour work week. The Germans, yes, the same ones whose Autobahn occasionally pretends to have speed limits, have been spotted doing donuts in rented Ford F-150s the size of Panzer tanks while blasting Kid Rock at volumes that register on seismographs. One was heard whispering reverently, "This is what peak performance feels like," right before shotgunning a 44-ounce Mountain Dew Code Red like it was holy water. The Italians discovered Costco and immediately declared it the 8th wonder of the world. A Roman chef had to be physically restrained from trying to marry a 72-inch pizza and adopt an entire pallet of ranch. Mamma mia, the samples. They just give them to you, he wept, abandoning his Nona's sacred recipes for a family-sized bag of flaming hot Cheetos. Even the reserved Scandinavians have gone feral. Swedes are riding mechanical bulls and cowboy hats the size of satellite dishes, screaming, "Yeehaw, MFer," in perfect English while chugging something called Fireball that would make their government-issued sadness vodka blush. The Dutch, normally high on legal weed and existential dread, has started every chant with USA and ended it by proposing marriage to the nearest Buc-ee's cashier. Meanwhile, you brave keyboard crusaders are having simultaneous aneurysms in your gender-neutral safe spaces because someone had the audacity to enjoy a country without first issuing a land acknowledgement, a trigger warning, and a carbon offset receipt. The Europeans are out here experiencing American abundance like it's a religious conversion, and you're still writing 4,000 word medium essays about how a red Solo cup is settler colonial violence. Please keep telling us how irredeemable and terrifying this place is, while actual visitors are having religious experiences at Whataburger drive-thrus and treating Walmart as their personal Louvre. The cognitive dissonance is so delicious, I want to deep fry it and dip it in your tears with maximum theatrical eye roll and a praised pinky. P.S. They'll all fly home soon and resume calling us barbarians. For now, they're one monster energy and mechanical bull ride away from getting "Don't Tread on Me" tattoos. Cope in 4K, darlings. That is awesome. Isn't that awesome? That just sums it up. What do you think, Kim?
It does. It
What do
sums
you think?
it up.
What do you think? What's your opinion of all of that?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It was colorful. I think
was.
Rush would love something like that, the way that was written.
Yes, he would. He would. I mean, it was very eloquently done. So, hats off to that Xer, whatever you want to call it.
You're talking about Glenn Reeb, R-E-I-B, Glenn Reeb. He's a pretty cool dude. I've seen stuff from him before. On his X profile, he's live hard, love deep, spoke truth, still standing with a brand new hip. Anyway, he posts all kind of stuff. I love this one. He has, I'm for the algae post. Have you seen this crap?
No.
So there's people running around in frog outfits that are pink, that are holding signs out by the reflecting pool going, "I'm for the algae." Like, seriously, these people. Dear brave warriors of the resistance, how your courage inspires us. He goes on to write this wonderful diatribe about Team Algae and the green banners flying for floating algae. History will remember you not as people who protested everything, but as the ones who finally drew the line at clear water.
Right, exactly.
The revolution will not be sanitized. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, it really is hilarious. Glenn Reeb is a good read. He's pretty funny, but I think he summed it up just perfectly. But yeah, there's algae. You haven't seen the algae warriors?
I have not.
Standing out by the reflecting pool?
No.
You really haven't. You should look that up. It's absolutely hilarious.
Well, that's great.
All right, let's talk.
I will do that.
That was pretty funny, and I appreciate that. I'm laughed a lot on that. I do want to talk about something serious though in the last 10 and a half minutes that we have. Let's talk about something serious. The Middle East, what's going on over there, and kind of where we are. So, the Iranians are literally back in Switzerland right now, and they're having conversations. JD Vance and Team Trump are over there discussing it. And Donald Trump has been very adamant. The head of the IRCG leadership and president of Iran are literally talking about right now, and they come out on TV saying that how we're closing the strait, and we've broken the MOU and all this stuff. And Donald Trump basically told them the other day to watch their mouth, or he'll just start dropping bombs on their head. I mean, literally. And when he said that, guess what you've heard out of Iran? Crickets. So, I mean, they were coming out with their little propaganda war over there in Switzerland, and Trump came out with his own. Get with it or I'm going to drop bombs on your head. Period. Full stop. He proved it before. It's what brought them to the table. He said, I'm going to take the oil. I'm going to take Carg Island. I'm going to bomb you into oblivion. And I'm going to be done with you, or you can make a deal. Pick one. So then they said, we'll make the deal. We'll make the deal. So then they sign the MOU. They come to Switzerland, and they start this stuff where they're still funding Hezbollah over there to go kill Israelis. And Israel strikes back. And Trump's like, just hold up a minute, Netanyahu. Let me deal with this.
Yeah.
He's like, go sit down just a second. Now, I don't fault Trump for that. He needs to tell Netanyahu, just hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Give me just a minute, because if these people don't play ball, we're going to bomb the crap out of them and take the oil in their country and be done with it.
Yeah. He needs to sit back and have patience.
Look, I love the Israelis. Don't get me wrong. I do. But just a second. Just give it just a minute. Let's see what happens if they pull a deal. Now, I'm going to say this. Rubio, Hegseth, and all them, they don't trust the Iranians at all. They don't believe they're going to do anything. J.D. Vance is more on the pacifist side. He wants to try to make a deal because he doesn't want to send soldiers into Iran. I don't want to send soldiers into Iran either. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let that IRCG run that country and continue with their terrorist aspirations. And I know this sucks and nobody wants to tell the truth, but these people are a bunch of theocrats who believe in one religion that is nothing but death to infidels, period. And all of us are that. They are not going to change their opinion. They are not going to bow the knee. They are not going to do it. They're not. And as much as I hate it, there was a poll that came out by the Reagan Institute over the weekend that said MAGA Republicans overwhelmingly, over 54%, support regime change in Iran, like total regime change. Another 20% support some form of regime change. So at 70,
you want to know what I support?
I do, but at 70%, this is what I'm talking about. At over 70% of of Republicans, period, just Republicans, want some form of regime change in Iran. Mostly total, but majority, yes, they do not want this theocrat. So what does that mean, Kim? What do you support?
What I support is getting the job and the mission done. Stopping the terrorist funding, stopping the nuclear program, opening the Strait of Hormuz. That's the mission. And if regime change comes out of that, I'm for it. The thing that I'm not for is to go in with the mission of regime change.
And I think there are a lot of people who agree with you. But I'm here to tell you right now, unless you change the leadership in Iran, which is the IRCG, the military branch of the theocrats, nothing's going to change. They are diehard,
but I will
100%
say this.
Death to America,
I will say this,
death
though.
to the infidels.
At some point, you have to stand up in your own country and take it back.
I don't disagree.
Have to do that.
But
we can't be the ones to do that everywhere.
I don't disagree, but just like what's happened in Australia, what's happened in South Africa, governments that have disarmed their citizens cannot fight back. They have no guns.
Well,
they can't fight back. They get slaughtered like cattle. They get slaughtered.
Again, like when it first started, when we first went into Iran, 3 months ago, we were encouraging people with the help of the
slaughtered 40,000 of them.
With the help of Americans coming in to help that. But I mean, it's the same thing as when we went in, to Afghanistan, trying to get them to change their stuff. And what ended up happening is a decades-long battle or war, and a bunch of our people got killed in the process from people that they thought they were helping. A lot of them.
Well,
this is why I can see the other side, but I'm not necessarily for that.
Well,
that's just my opinion.
Which I appreciate. But here's my brutal truth. This is the brutal truth right here in Frank's opinion. And I do believe that Donald Trump will be able to sleep well at night, put his head on on his pillow and go to sleep and sleep well, knowing that he tried to do everything he could to avoid people having to die, because people are going to die. There's no way around that, in my opinion. But the only way to secure this right now, to stop all this craziness over there, is a larger, broader issue. It is an Islamist issue. Islam is not compatible with Western Christian values, full stop, period. The epicenter of this is the clerics in Iran. That's where it starts. They have run it out everywhere else, including this country. Do you know they don't pray in the streets in other countries? In Islamist countries, they don't pray in the streets. They don't stop traffic and pray in the streets. They do in other in countries that aren't Islamist. You know why? Because they're trying to assert their dominance over us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. Come pray in the street in Pearl. I will run over you.
Yeah, that's not
and y'all will send you to meet Allah, because that's just stupid. I'm not putting up with Islamist extremism and jihadists in this country. And that's what you have in Iran. This is a larger problem. And until you people out there understand this and realize that Islam has been at war with us since 900 AD, it's time for you to understand this. The Crusades never stopped. Not for the not for the Muslim, not for the Islamist. They're all about turning the globe into Islam, period, full stop. It is evil. It is not a peaceful religion, period. It is not. And I hate it for us. I don't want to do it. The Persian people are not Islamist. They are not. It's the theocrats that have taken over. And let me tell you, my opinion, Kim, is you need to load up a whole bunch of troop transports and put them off the coast of Iran, put them on our bases right there, and surround that country and say, you've got exactly 5 minutes to sign the dotted line and to sit down and shut up, or I'm parachuting the 101st Airborne in there and I'm taking you out.
I mean, I'm for that.
I am sending the Marines. We are coming in to get you, full stop. And yes, our boys and girls will die. But I'm sick and tired of this Islamist. They raped over 200,000 British girls over years. And what did the British do? Turned a blind eye. Islam is not compatible to Western values, period. It is time to eradicate that. If that's hard for you to hear, I'm not sorry. But if you call yourself Christian and you want to be passive about it and expect that the Islamists would not behead you at the first opportunity they have, you're sadly mistaken. Because they will. They put it on the internet and show it to you. That's who's in Iran. That's who funds all of this. Period. It's time to stop all of it. Donald Trump's the only one that's had the kahunas to do it. Kim. Happy Tuesday.
Yes. We'll probably be back in
Won't be back next week.
In 2 weeks is what I was about to say.
Yep, thank you.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Set your timer, set your schedule. Be ready to get up and get ready for work with the Frank and Kim Really Big Show.
The world as we know it.
Exactly.
She has her opinion, I have mine.
Yes.
And we share it right here.
Right here.
Loud and proud on 104.3 FM, The Pirate. where we play almost everything in Pearl, Mississippi. So glad you joined us this morning. Hope y'all have a fantastic week. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
And join me with Daryl on Friday, 6:30.
At Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Friday, 6:30. God's good.
You are listening to WPVP 104.3 FM, The Pirate, Pearl, Mississippi.
This is Frank Hutton, IT and Communications.